How's it going, guys? It's NeoNigo12 back at you with another action figure video here. And today we're going to do something that's very, very special. I'm doing a review on some action figures that have been a long time coming. It feels like Christmas in February right now, as you can see by these little Christmas hats. Now, if you're an enthusiast, these should be a dead giveaway. And the people who are subscribed to my channel and watch my videos are enthusiasts, and this probably gave it away. Back in 2004, an action figure company, an adult collectible action figure company by the name of NECA, released the first live-action figure take on the Ghostbusters. On the wave one of their first wave of figures included Gozer the Gazarian, 2 Terror Dogs, Slimer, and the Marshmallow Man. I couldn't believe after all these years, we finally got some movie Ghostbuster action figures. Not the Ghostbusters themselves, but we got some pretty cool monsters from the first movie. I then, after purchasing Slimer, Gozer, and the Terror Dogs, I went to www.toywiz.com and saw a SKU for Wave 2, which included all 4 of the Ghostbusters. Unfortunately, NECA was not able to secure the licenses to obtain the likenesses of the actors to produce those action figures. Let's fast forward to 2008, an issue in Toy Fair, and we got greeted with upcoming images of MattyCollector.com's 6-inch Ghostbuster action figure line. I couldn't believe it. I was so stoked. I was like, I'm buying these figures as soon as they come out. As soon as they were released in 2009, they sold like hotcakes. I couldn't get my hands on any of them. And the first figure released, I believe, was Ray Stantz and Egon Spengler. And they were $20 a pop when they first came out. They were gone as soon as they went on sale. And they were asking great prices for it on eBay and other toy vendors online. So I was like, hopefully I'll run across these figures in a comic book store or a specialty store where I usually shop, and I'll pick them up that way. Even if I did, they're probably going to be overpriced in store, way more expensive than they are online. Let's fast forward again, Christmas 2010. We got the Matty Collector, Toys R Us exclusive, Ghostbuster 4-pack. I could not fucking believe it. When I found out that these guys, let's see if we can get them in better light. Let's see if we can get some light here. When I found out that these guys were being released exclusively for a limited time in Toys R Us, I couldn't believe it. And they were gone everywhere. And I couldn't find them, and I was driving home from work one day, and I said, let me just give it a shot. Let me call my local Toys R Us in my area just to see if they're going to have them. No one really knows about Ghostbusters unless you were born in the 80s. I thought if I called it, they would know what I was talking about. So I gave it a shot, called them, and I was like, ma'am, do you guys have any Ghostbuster action figure sets? She was like, yeah, we do. If the one you're looking for, I believe, is the one where they're all wearing Christmas hats. And that's why I showed these in the beginning. And I was like, holy shit, I almost got in an accident. I made an illegal U-turn, went back to Toys R Us, and picked them up. And there was one left. If they had like 3 sets, I would have bought all of them. I would have bought the whole fucking stock if I could have. So we're going to start off with the likenesses of Ernie Hudson with this Dr. Winston Zeddemore figure. I mean, these figures are based on how the actors looked in the second movie. I mean, Ernie Hudson's likeness is spot on. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, the detailing in the costume is amazing. These figures are awesome. They're not cheap. I mean, I paid $60 a pop for this set, and you're getting 4 individually articulated 6-inch action figures. Not that 3 3/4 cheapness. I mean, you're getting full action figures, like we used to get in the 80s when things were 6 inches. There we go. That's Winston. And my favorite, most people are favorite is Peter Venkman. Mine's not. Mine's Egon. Egon's my favorite because he just looks like somebody that would be a Ghostbuster. You know what I mean? Like that whole nerd image that Egon always portrays. Awesome. I mean, they got Harold Ramis's likeness down to a T. It does look a tad bit cartoony, if you can see that, but it's still spot on. There's him. And then we got Dr. Ray Stantz, Dan Aykroyd. The side profile looks a lot like Dan Aykroyd. His hair looks like the way it did in the movie, but his face is not that noticeable of Dan Aykroyd. Another cool figure. And then the one that everyone's been waiting for, Peter Venkman. Now, this is fucking scary. This looks exactly like Bill Murray. I mean, to a T, it looks like Bill Murray. And even got his whole, like, you know, how he doesn't tuck his pants into his boots. He's very nonchalant about the whole thing. All the other guys are taking it all seriously. He kind of shows up like, well, guys, you know, I don't really care. You know, I thought it was pretty cool. When I saw this figure, I immediately said, a What About Bob action figure. Yeah, I know, right? I would buy this figure again just to do a conversion to make a What About Bob action figure. Like Bob Wiley, you know what I mean? Like, who would have ever thought we'd have an action figure of Bill Murray? And there's a sign. Alright, guys. This is Neo 12 just showing off an awesome, awesome toy line here of the Matty Collector Ghostbusters 4-pack. It's gone. You're not going to find it unless you go on Rape Bay, and they're going to rape you for the price. But I found it in Toys R Us for $60. I would have picked up as many of these as I could have found. But yeah, guys, it's Neo 12. Ghostbusters action figures. If you see them, pick them up. Peace, guys.